are talking about morning ritual for guitar growth. You know, really catchy phrase, I guess, you know. Well, I hope you had a wonderful day yesterday. Today we're talking about, you know, for real, warming up with the guitar like we normally do, but it's just super chill. It's just going to be you and me and your guitar. I wanted to take a moment to tune up, because tuning is super important, right? Tuning is super important, and then what we're going to do is just warm up together. Just simple stuff, super easy. Just here's the A string if you want it. Sounds like you might be a little bit out this morning, so I wanted to congratulate the 2 lucky winners. You know, I didn't realize how many people were actually watching the stream, and it's really exciting to know that there are guitar players out there who are wanting to just kind of get with the guitar and explore the guitar and just get good at the guitar for the sake of being good at the guitar, and not for being the sake of vanity, you know. It's just a wonderful thing to witness, you know. And thank you for all the emails and all of the downloads yesterday of the PDF, the 5x5 PDF for guitar growth. Those all are there for you, and you'll be contacted. The ones the submissions that qualify will be communicated with via email, and we'll just go ahead and take it from there. We'll set it up and get you rolling. If you did not, if you don't receive an email, congratulations. Then keep an eye out as we go through the remainder of the year, this 2025. The morning ritual, we do offer additional giveaways as we start proceeding through the year. So never fear, never fear. And I do appreciate the emails and the text messages in support of the direction that we're traveling, and then I also do appreciate the emails in support of the direction that we're not traveling in. You know, it is what it is. It's and to me, there's just to kind of, this is all about balance and not burnout. You know, I've done, quite frankly, larger programs, and so turning off the live chat is not to be construed as burnout, because it's not burnout. It's something called focus and shifting your step, which is okay to do. It's important to do if you want to accomplish your objective. Otherwise, you could stand around and just talk all day long and not accomplish your objective. But to let a live chat go by and then have it go, just have it go on and on and on about stuff that's not related to the moment, and allow the, you know, I was hoping that could be taken care of, but this is the direction in which I'm going to travel, and you're more than welcome to stick with me. I hope you do, and I hope the ones that are here for what's going on for the mission here, I hope you continue to text me, and I hope you continue to email me and communicate with us that way, because that's it's definitely appreciated. And okay, so now that the housekeeping is out of the way, almost out of the way, I should say. Have you been working on anything cool? What have you been working on? Have you been able to get to some new repertoire, some new pieces of music that you can add to your A list or B list even? I hope so. So the song "The People Still Decide" comes out today. You'll probably see some of it on the media. We have a pretty solid media outlet where we go far and wide, and hopefully you enjoy that song today and take it with a grain of salt, maybe. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We're at 60 beats per minute. First of all, I have to announce that welcome, I'm Jason. Welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth. And just give you the lowdown. If you're a newcomer here, grab your guitar if you have a chance to get with it. This is a super opportunity for us to just grow with guitar together. We'll go ahead and introduce my battle axe, my day-to-day driver, my daily driver, my beater. Is the Martin D. It's the Dreadnought. It's a DX2E. And it's great for what I'm doing with it, you know. Wonderful guitar. I do have an affiliate link in this video, so if you do decide you'd like to try one out, you can purchase it through the link. It'll help the channel. Another important thing that we use here is the metronome. So the metronome is at 60 beats per minute. That's also an affiliate link which you can buy, but the most important thing other than breath is the A440 tuning fork, which is also listed as a product you can get through this live stream. So one more time, we have the capo, the page capo, which is featured in this video. All of these things are great for me, and so they might be good for you. If you're not already set and you need a piece of that gear, go ahead and grab it. But we'll go ahead and just get started. Fingers 3 and 4 on frets 10 and 12. And we'll start with 1E and a 2E and a you know what to do. Here we go. If you are here early this morning, and just give us a shake, you know, shake it up a little bit with a tap, double tap the screen, or, you know, hit that, smash that like button for Uncle Jason. And that gives us a little shot in the arm and gets us going. So let's go ahead and get through these exercises. These are the warm-ups that do not change for me. They do not change. It's like, you know, it's if you're a yoga enthusiast like I am, I'm up in the mornings and at night. I try to do morning yoga and wake up yoga, sun salutations, and in the evening before I hit the rack. I just like to keep my body from being in pain all the time. So it's strengthening, and it's rejuvenating, restorative, and all of that stuff. So like I was going to say, if you are a yoga fan or a yoga practitioner as well, you know that down dog is part of your repertoire almost every day, unless you're not doing it. But it is important to do those things that provide continuity and access to the other things while we shift our mindset from warm-up to practice. All right, let's go fingers 2 and 3. 1E and a 2E and a you know what to do. There we go. Solid abdominal wall, kind of reaching back with the belly button to the spine, sort of. And then solid abdominal. You know, if we're seated, we still have to be in control and not sloth our bodies around. It's easy to do. The guitar definitely it can lull us into that sense of security where we just kind of get really super comfortable, and but that will, over the years, I think could create some issues. So I wanted to work on, you know, part of me being here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time this year is to explore posture and to be sure that posture and breath are not overlooked in your guitar warm-up sequences. Super simple things, but most of the time I'll need to put on a jean jacket or something flashy or fancy, something that goes along with my brand, you know, and then that way you really know I'm serious. But, you know, the most serious guitar players and musicians I've ever met just wear the day-to-day stuff, and that's what I'm aspiring to do myself. So try to stay away from the vanity of the situation, but you do have to prioritize your wardrobe a little bit. So if you're up early playing in your pajamas, your nightgown, or your jogging, your sweatpants, your gym clothing, whatever's not tight, whatever is not restricting, whatever is flowing and comfortable is super appropriate for what we do, the work that we do together, and the work that we do on our own. All right, here we go. So you know what's going on. Here we go. There's that downstroke, downbeat we're looking for. Get back on track. And it feels like we're just walking down the street at 60 beats per minute. That's what it does. That's what it does. That's what the metronome is there for. It's there for you. It's there to provide time. It's not really the job of the drummer on the stage to provide the time and so that we all might rely on that person. It's the job of the drummer, some say, is to provide a jovial environment upon which to build the rest of a foundation to build the rest of the mood for the band, the tone of the band. So it's the job of each person on the bandstand. If you can't keep time, you have no business on the bandstand, is what I've heard. But it's great for bedroom guitar players, like if we just wanted to noodle around with it and just play. But as soon as we start playing with a second person around a campfire, it's important a little bit at least to know how to count our way through certain things. So let's go ahead and continue counting with fingers 2 and 4 on frets 9 and 12. Here we go. Feels really good with fingers 2 and 4 this morning for some reason. Usually I have a little pull on the tendon on the outside of my fret and thumb, and it's starting to go away. And I think that's a combination of the warm-up continuity and then also the practicing of the yoga in the mornings and all of that stuff. It all helps each other, right? All of those mindful and healthful behaviors support one another. Good. Fingers 1 and 3 on 9 and 12. And here we go. 60 beats per minute. What about it? Gotta love that 60 BPM. And if you're here, you might be wondering, what am I doing at 60 beats per minute for an entire year? Well, friend, I'm not at 60 beats per minute every day, all day, only for my warm-ups. And then I have other metronomes, and what I do is when I practice, I'll use the metronomic process to advance my capabilities and my capacities. And there's really no other way, because some of the picking that I do slowly, if I continue to crank on that metronome and just reef on it until it comes apart at the seams, when I get to the upper, allegro and a little faster tempos, up tempos, it really just destroys sometimes the way I'm approaching my picking sequencing. So it's really important to be able to go from low range all the way up through to highest range, where you're pushing yourself. And then along the way, sometimes you might find that we have to readdress how exactly it is that we are picking the thing, because that thing might need some adjustment in order to get it up to speed. There might be another barrier we bump into. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Those are some of the advancing techniques that I don't typically start to cover in the warm-up session. And we're going for fingers 1 and 4, stretching between 7 and 12 on this beautiful thing we call the guitar. So here we go. 1 E and a 2. You know what to do. Okay, fingers are starting to come alive now. Let's just check. Let's check on the time. We're about 15 minutes in, so it is time to remove the cover from the green tea. We'll remove the cover from the green tea and see what we've got happening here. Hopefully we can do this without spillage, but it's a beautiful green tea with jasmine, and so hopefully the jasmine doesn't give us a problem, but I'm gonna leave the ball in there for now. And we'll see what it's up to. Just taking a quick stretch break here, so you're more than welcome to join me or flip away and come back if you like in just like 2 minutes. But here's the green tea, what it looks like, and just so you know that working on the old health angle, and I hear that green tea is supposed to be really good for you. Of course, I know that you know this, but so here you go. It's got a nice aroma with that jasmine influence. I'm not sipping it yet because it's still really hot, but we'll go ahead and get that in the next round after the cover's off for 15 minutes. Right now, we'll focus on 16 clicks here. Try to even out that breath. And there we go. You could stretch your neck at this point too if you'd like. Ooh, you can hear it's a little crunchy, a little crackly. The next arm is going to receive the same treatment, or at least very similar treatment. Yeah, I forget that some of you are actually here with the guitar and not just popping in and out. You're actually working on your guitar life, and this is a big part of my day too. You know, this is a huge part of my day, and I appreciate you being here and playing along with me. And again, you know, it's just a really simple thing to do. It seems like it's a really simple thing to do, is just to get with the guitar, but it's not, is it? It's not. There's a whole bunch of life out there that's happening that will grab you by the bullhorns and drive and steer for long periods of time. And you never know when you're going to come up for air again, but it's super important to do these exercises, as they bring health and vitality not only to the self, but to those around us and those in the community. So maybe you have some, if you have some desire to grab a new guitar, you could grab this guitar. It's featured here in this video. It's the Martin D. It's my dreadnought, the X2E. This one was featured in this the video that's releasing today. It's called the People Still Decide. It's one of my, you know, folk protesty songs, and it's just a way for me to practice how much I love grunge and Tony Rice and Bob Dylan all in one package. You know, it's just a fun thing to do. So you get that. You can grab the metronome here. The metronome is linked right here in the video as a product you can buy, an affiliate link. So please get that. If you need a metronome, you don't have one yet, you can get this tuning fork as well, a 440. As you know, I don't tune my guitar with a mechanical or electronic tuner in the mornings. I always maintain my guitar wherever I can with my ears, and that way I can go through my tuning process. And then the other thing, of course, that I always keep attached to all of my acoustic guitars is the 𝗕𝗃𝗀𝘶𝗱𝗮. And that's also linked in the video. So you could find that if you need one. If you need one, we certainly appreciate you buying it, purchasing it through the links, the affiliate links here, because it does, you know, every little bit counts. I know there are those of us who don't count pennies, but you know, I'm a believer, every little bit counts. Ooh. Let's get going with fingers 2, 3, and 4 on frets 10, 11, and 12. Here we go. So I'll say 1. Uh-oh, here come the finger rolls. I start every morning with 2 fingers, and then I graduate to 3 fingers, and then I graduate to 4 fingers. So that's an important part of the puzzle that I learned from Mr. 𝘕𝘁𝗶𝘀. And what a beautiful guitarist, you know. Super simple, super clean. Really a deep thinker about the instrument that we know and love so well. So you can hear me slopping all over. It's like a pig at the trough, you know, or I'm not very clean this morning. I think it's my breathing. So let's try it again with fingers 1 and 2 and 3, 10, 11, and 12. Let's try focusing on breath and see what that does for the benefit of the front end. 2 and a D, E, and a go. You could put a little smile on your face too. Sometimes that makes a difference. Not sure if you're ready for this, but we'll go ahead and use fingers. We'll keep the 3-finger situation going, and we'll just start with 16th note triplets or quintuplets, but we're going to speed it up a little bit. We're not speeding up the metronome, we're just increasing the number or improving the number of subdivisions per each beat. So 1 E and 2, 1, 2, and 3 on frets 9, 10, and 12. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. breath with me? I hope so. And every time my hand shifts, so too does the thumb shift. The thumb does, it's easy to leave the thumb behind. It's a lot more effort to bring the thumb back with us, but it's, you know, no man left behind, no finger left behind. Here's 1, 3, and 4, and 9, 11, and 12. Let's do 5s again. Maybe some finger rolls too. How's the posture going? All right, we're getting there, starting to feel a little bit warmed up. So let's take a look at the time. We're approaching, we can fit a one time around the 1, 2, 3, 4 here before we start another stretch sequence. 1, 16th note triplets. I hope you're ready. If you're not ready for 16th note triplets, you can just continue to play whatever works for you, whatever rhythmic breakdown works for you. You could use 1 note per click if you would like, if that makes it work for you. If you wanted to use 2 notes per click or 2 attacks per click, that's fine. Or 3 attacks per click is great. Or 4 attacks per click is also very good. They're all in need, they're all suffering and waiting, they're in need of practice. So any one of those you'd like to do will fit over the 16th note, whatever grid I'm playing. They'll work together. It's just, it will require more concentration on your part because you'll be hearing what I'm doing what you're doing. But you can work through the, you know, just focus on the click that you hear. Focusing on the click is good. So here we go. 2, 3, 4, go. I noticed that the first finger, the 4th finger has to be in place, you know, and the thumb has to be in place to make this all work, but hopefully that's something that we've gotten around by now. And if I haven't gotten around it by now, I can always plug it into my practice programming and work on it slowly and build it up hey, we're right at the top of the hour, so halfway through the session this morning. I've been saving this green tea for now, and here we go. It's the first sip of the green tea. We removed the cover 15 minutes ago to give it a little bit of an opportunity to cool down for me, and then here's the first sip. It's the jasmine. It's a new tea for the household here. It's green tea. Trying to, just get off of the old coffee for whatever reason, and just to check the benefits out. And just black green tea. But it has some jasmine in it too, and it smells great. When you go to a higher end Indian restaurant, and at the end of your dinner, you bring out a platter of white linens that have been steamed in jasmine. So, and then you can, clean your face, clean your hands, and it's bringing back that memory a little bit. There's a little bitter there. Tree bark, a little, a little bit of that. You can bring all kinds of things through the cycle 4 sequence. Did you know that? You knew that. All right, so let's take a look at 1, 2, 3, stretch 4. We're doing 9, 10, 11, and stretch the 4th finger. 1 E and a O. Here's for Mark. 1 C and a 2 C and a putting on my shoesies. Not sure who's still here, who's not, but I hope you're still here. And if you're not, I hope you're off having a beautiful life and a beautiful guitar experience somewhere. What I like to do, I like to enjoy the overtonal structure of the instrument while I'm playing it. So, sometimes we put little clamps or little muff things to muffle or to dampen the open string sound, and choke the open string sounds. But listen to this. That all records really well in the studio. All of those sympathetic tones are just really cool to let ring, especially if you have a guitar, an electric guitar, you can do that with, And fortunately for me, I only buy guitars that have a really complex, a really nice and deep complex. One of the things I listen for on a guitar is the complexity of its top and back and sides, and it's a little more challenging on an electric guitar. It's like trying to listen for those overtones on an electric guitar. It's a little bit like, if you've been fly fishing on, let's say, the Kenai, or you have, 200 fish days, right? And the 200 fish are, they're big silver salmon, and they're just like huge. And then you've got a couple steel-edged trout coming in rainbows, and you have the sockeye coming in season. If you're up there at the right time of year, it's going off hard, man. I tell you what, it goes off hard. And then you come back to the lower 48, and it's a little bit more challenging to fish. It's a little more challenging to find that clean water. Where do you find the grayling down here, The Dolly Varden. When you come back to the reality that, the lower 48 is, fishing is still great, and it can be a little more challenging to find those moments, though, sometimes, right? And So every guitar has its own challenges, is what I'm saying. I'm trying to draw a parallel, circumtangentially come back to this. The overtone series of a guitar is one of the things one of the many things I look for and enjoy in a good quality guitar. So here we go. Fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're stretching the first finger just to kickstand. You know, that little analogy was designed for Jill. Not sure if Jill's still around, but hopefully you're having a wonderful summer on the banks of Champlain. So here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. Now what I'll do is I'll choke all of the overtones so that we hear only hopefully just fundamentals, and then the overtones of the single string that we're playing. Oh, there they go. They're just kind of like, I think I'm just going to let them all ring this morning. And they change color as you move through the string set too. So you start, it's good to know where these overtones live and where on the fretboard you can actually activate these overtones and these sympathetic tones that ring on the guitar. So I'm vibrating the string by activating it with the plectrum, and then that vibration is being sent down through the saddle of the guitar onto the top of the guitar, which in turn vibrates other strings sympathetically. Of course, you know all about that physics, but I just find it so simple and rewarding and exciting. And let's show you, I'm just going to talk a little bit about why that's exciting, because here's a single note line. I'm going to do like a single note line, like a 2-5-1 in the key of like D major, right? Let's do a 2-5 in the key of all right, here. What? So let's go ahead and ask the guitar what it would prefer for a key. Hey guitar, what key would you prefer me to do a 2-5-1 in so that you could benefit my playing with the highest number, the highest probability of successful sympathetic tones? Well, the guitar answers, well, I have a lot of open strings, right? E, A, D, G, B, and E. That's all E minor commonplace, or the key of G major commonplace, right? All of those notes belong in a G major. So let's try a 2-5 in G major. Now all I need to know is, what is a 2-5-1 in G major? Well, the 2 is A minor, the 5 is D minor or D dominant, and then, or some form of altered, you know, some sort of dominant. So 2 is A minor, 5 is D7, and then 1 is going to be the G major 7. So I'm going to start here. And you can already hear the strings just sort of like popping up, right? Yeah, and it not only activates other strings, but it will cause other nodes on other strings to be more prominent. So you have all of these really wild things happening. So you could actually get really good at playing the overtone series based on what you might or might not know, more like what you might know about the guitar. So let's try a simple minor, you know, 2 minor. Right, so here's D, A minor 7, and then D dominant 7, and then G major 7. And then that's me choking everything off with the Daniel LaRusso over here in the fret hand, pick hand. But now I'm going to leave everything open. And it's a huge difference in sonority and sound. So you can explore that on your own time. I would highly recommend you take a look at that overtone series, and then the sympathetic ringing of strings on your guitar. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to it. We've already done all of the 2-finger stuff, the 3-finger stuff, the 4-finger stuff that we're going to do for today. And now what we need to do is just work through some this exercise, the 1, 2, 3, 4, because I want to continue working my pick hand. So I'm using this diagonal pattern, 1 E and a 2, and you know what to do. And I also know that I should be seated upright, and here I am leaning forward. I'm going to do a condensed variation of this process here, just because you know, we're halfway through the year as of yesterday, and congratulations to the 2 lucky winners. You'll be emailed soon, and we'll go ahead and set up our private Zoom sessions. Just keep an eye on your email. In the next 24 hours you'll be notified. If you didn't receive an email in the next 24 hours, it means that you have another opportunity to win in the next giveaway, right? All right, cool. We were a little overwhelmed with, I didn't realize how many people are actually like watching the stream, watching this and actively participating, you know, because sometimes you see the numbers come and go, but there are some new people that I didn't realize were hanging out. So I appreciate that. I really appreciate you hanging out and playing guitar with us, with me in particular. You know, I'm just glad that you're playing your guitar. All right. So let's go ahead and start with the minor pentatonic. This time we'll start with the upper end and we'll work back toward the one that we're familiar with. We'll start with fingers 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. And if you like this, you can go back, and it's about 43 minutes, let's say 43 minutes in, and then you can find this for yourself, watch it at half speed, memorize these patterns and learn them. If you like, you could even email me, because I have a link at 𝘎𝘂𝘂𝘶𝘱𝗀𝘏.com for you for free if you would like to have a sheet with all of these shapes, these pentatonic shapes on them. Super easy, super simple. It's you can get it probably anywhere on the internet, but this one has some things that you probably won't see. So Jason Carey, so you could email me at growth@𝘎𝘂𝘂𝘂𝘂𝘂. Just say, hey dude, I'd like to have that the PDF binder of the pentatonic system, and you can have it for free. It's yours for free. Just have to email me. All right. Here we go. 1 E and a 2. Dun, da, 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 get by. And these are all part of the warm-ups that I'm you know, building for my end of the year goal set. So I have to stay on track because I have a lot of stuff to do. It's not like I'm just sitting here playing the guitar for the sake of playing the guitar. It's for, you know, it's for bettering my person, bettering my spiritual attachment with Jesus, you know, with God, through the act of playing the guitar. It's also just, the next one is going to be 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3 2 4 1 4. But it is just there are sizable goals at work behind the scenes, which I don't always disclose everything that I'm doing and why. Shapes are starting to feel more comfortable now, right? Aren't they though? I mean, and the next one is 1 3 1 3 1 3. I like the stretch 4 for this purpose. I know both and I practice both, but I'm going to practice the stretch 4. Here's what it looks like, you know, straight on. 1 3 1 3 1 3, stretch 4. Then we have the one string that only has one note on it with third finger, and then 1 4 1 3. The alternate would be to just kind of stretch back with the first finger and do that little kickstand moment. You know, you could easily do that, or depends on what tone you're looking for, because clearly these two tones are different timbres. They're the same pitch but different timbre. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a thicker string. If you were to look at the EQ profiles of the two tones, if they were perfectly in tune, they're not the same EQ profile. So one and you know what to do. And I'm working on picking each one of these beautiful notes. Along with managing my breath. Good. And then the next one will be 2-4-1-4, 2-4-1-4, 1-4-1-3, 2-4-2-4. Yes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm being lulled into playing wrong notes here for some reason. Better focus up, Jason. A lot of notes there to be played, you know, a lot of good stuff to be doing there. All right, so what are we? Oh, the last one is, of course, 1-4-1-3-1-3-1-3-1-4-1-4. Let me walk you through it. It's the old, you know, it's the old staple. It's the one we all know and love so well. Here we go. Dugga-dugga, digga-digga, here we go. And we're working. We're really working now. We're cooking with fire now. Let's try opening it up to the sympathetic tones. Good, we did it. And we're at the last 10 minutes, which means I missed my window for the last stretch, but I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to observe 2 minutes of stretch here. So I'm not sure who's still here, but if you're still here, let me put on my goggles and see what's going on, what's shaking. 21 viewers. It looks like we're holding at 21. So if you're here, I'm Jason. I'm your host every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. for the morning ritual for guitar growth. I do this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. I do have my guitar, my Martin D. It's a Dreadnought X2E available for a link to purchase on the link if you like the guitar. If you think you'd enjoy having one of these, I call this one 𝘬𝗎𝘶 because of my good friend emailed me this picture. And it's 𝘬𝗎𝘶, one of the guys from the live chat here. 𝘬𝗎𝘶 is available, the link in the description or attached to the video. Also, you can get your metronome if you need one, 60 beats per minute. We have one of these suckers. The old A440 tuning fork is good. And if you need one, you can get a 𝘕𝗎𝗶𝘀 right here, all linked in this morning ritual for guitar growth. So if you need any of those, this is the equipment I use every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. And you're more than welcome to continue along with us. But like I guess I was going to stretch until I just got railroaded by the by that urgent moment. Now we're back in the world of I don't care, laissez-faire is everywhere. Just working the stretch and the breath. Nothing else matters. Oh, there's a good song. Seated properly. Both of your pelvis, both your bones are just supporting your body. Straight back. Belly button feels like it's going in, reaching for the spine, just keeping your body in good form. Your abdominal region should be strong and engaged right now. That way we mitigate damage to the back. I know some of us have back problems because we've been playing guitar out of control for so many years. This is an effort to correct that. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up this stretch and then get down to some business. Let's get down to some business, and we'll finish up the last 8 minutes or so with what should I finish it up with? What have we been working on that I've neglected to start here today? All right, some new stuff. It doesn't need to be new stuff, but let's just work on some tonicization exercises, okay? Breath feels good. I want to roll my shoulders back up in a way just to counter the fact that I've been hunched over the guitar for almost an hour now. Just to stretch that out and observe that, my body is thankful for me taking care of it. And let's go ahead and, how are you guys doing with your picking hand sequencing, with your hybrid picking sequencing? Oh, not good at all, you say? Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look at how to use that hybrid sequencing around a song called The House of Rising Sun. So if we start with A minor, and then the C chord, and then the D chord, and then we go up to the F, we know we're in the House of Rising Sun. So how do we turn this into an exercise? We all know the song pretty well. So typically we would finger pick it, right? We would do this. But if I'm using my pick in my hand, I can't really finger pick it like that any longer. So I need to grip, I need to trade two fingers for that thumb, right? So the thumb was going to be able to grab a string. Now I've got a clamp pick, which is sort of like, I don't know, primitive. It's like eating with a fork instead of your hands, So I guess it depends if you're, at a Moroccan restaurant or an American restaurant. So here we go with the thumb and the index fingers, again, holding the pick. And then we were using thumb, index, middle, and ring, which is sort of you know, par for the course. But now I've got these, I've got to kick that 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got to use, this is the 1 now, 2, 3, and 4. So I have these other fingers that I need to train. No problem, because I've got, you know, time on my hand. So I'm playing the A minor chord shape, which is A, fret 2 on the D, fret 2 on the G, and fret 1 on the B. You know, it's that old A minor chord. Everybody knows that one. And if you don't, now you do. So I'm using, instead of using forward roll, I'm using a forward roll, but with a pick. And this is how, my friend, this is how we start talking about hybrid picking. Is building up strengths where we already have developed a core foundation. So this is what it looks like if we were just going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's pick, middle, ring, and then pinky. Pick, middle, ring, pinky. For now, I'm just working on just going through this finger picking pattern, the hybrid picking pattern, and back. So up and then down. We could also, if we wanted to start with a more basic approach, a fundamental approach, would be just working on the forward roll, right? So we're starting 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And we do this until literally until the cows come home, right? There is no end to the amount of skill you can develop with the pinky finger on your, what is this, picking hand. The pinky finger on your picking hand can really be just become a powerhouse of a tool. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and if we need to take it slower in order to get all fingers to do what they need to do, I totally understand that. I totally get that. So we can even take it down to one note per click or 1 attack per click. Or if you need, turn off the metronome. If you're not ready to play up to tempo with even 60 beats per minute, just go through the motions where you have full control and full separation on each finger. We're using pluck, return to 0, pluck, return to 0, pluck, return to 0. Watch my picking hand. Pluck, return to 0, pluck, return to 0, pluck, return to 0, pluck, return to 0. And as soon as you get comfortable with that and your fourth finger, your pinky finger, starts to develop a little bit of spine and is a little less jellyfish, then you can start turning the metronome on and really going after it. And then we could, I'd be remiss if I did not mention reverse roll. So starting with the pinky finger and then reverse down to the pick. We need to know how to do the reverse roll. It's probably more important than the forward roll, which we just did. Forward roll, we're rolling up. The reverse roll rolls down, and then that is typically harder and equally, if not more important than the forward roll. So we must be getting close. It's 8:30, we're at the bottom of the hour, and that's it for me, folks, today, and I really appreciate you being here. I'm Jason with 𝘎𝘪𝘵𝘸𝘊𝑚. I'll be here every weekday morning, good Lord willing. Good Lord willing. I'll be here every day, every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time to say hello or good morning to the guitar. Good morning to my guitar. And we'll get a good start to the day together. And that means I'll see you again tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you show up, bring your guitar and we'll play some guitar together. It's always a surprise. Until we meet again, I wish you happy picking.